Good morning, it's Maggie from New Dawn and the Lightworkers Way. I hope you're really well. Today we're going to look at this Celtic Spirit Oracle. I love the feel of these cards. It's a basic box, but the artwork is gorgeous. Just, simplicity. But I feel that, for me anyway, it has what I need. It's by Rockpool. And I've been asked to actually read some of the back. I won't read it all, but I'll read some of it for you because I guess, it's a bit hard if you can't see it. Are you ready to hear the ancient wisdom from the other worlds? It's sort of like the writings, old world, so I'm trying to read it. Elemental beings, Celtic gods and goddesses have messages that are so subtle, like a whisper that gets lost in our noisy way of life. A tool to aid spiritual growth from the Celts and help raise the consciousness of humanity. Now is an important time to step up and be the change that you want to see in the world. I feel that's a real good message of hope. So let's have a look at these. The box is, again, really sturdy. When we can't go into it, they're basically... Hang on, let me read this. The guidebook. I'll just have a flip through of the guidebook, the triquetra there. I'll just have a look, see what it says. How do I use the cards? A triquetra and 3-card spread. So that's the 3-card spread with a triquetra. So let's do that today. All right, we'll give that a go. There's a pentagram spread. I've never done a pentagram spread. I've done a Celtic cross before, but never a pentagram spread, but we should try those. Then it goes into the messages and what they mean. So yeah, it's quite informative. There's lots of information. Then there's an information about the author, Nicola McIntosh. So, should we have a look at the cards? The back is beautiful. See the back? Just gorgeous. All right. Let's have a go. So these aren't necessarily going to be full on, like, pictures, but they're symbolism. I'm not going to be too slow with these because you can always play it back if you want to look a little bit deeper. I love the fact that they've got like this, the keywords down the bottom, because that can really help when you're looking at a picture as a visual aid for your intuition. Look at that one. Love that one. Love that one. They're gorgeous cards. I will talk about the cardstock in a minute, but I wanted to jump into the cards first because they almost jumped out at me wanting to be shown. They're just so beautiful. Very different. Very different. I feel like these are gentle cards. But they make a point. I don't feel they're that subtle. I think that you'd get an answer fairly smartly with these. They all have precise answers, so there's no getting the wrong end of the stick or anything like that. I feel that you would get the answers that you need. But again, and I've said this before in other videos, when you have a reading and you don't get a clear, concise answer for what you are asking, always consult another pack of cards. I always work with 2 packs when I'm doing a reading, because one can be a signifier, one can be the confirmation. So if you're having problems with your intuition, in the sense that you're not sure that you're getting the answers you desire or you want or you feel are correct, use another pack to confirm. But as I said, these are fairly concise. But we'll find out in a minute. We're going to do that triquetra reading. And it will be a generalized reading, because it'll be about what we need to know, because everyone's circumstances are different, and you'll get the message and the answers that you need, hopefully. But as I said, if you don't, get a signifier card in another pack. Look at that one. Wow. That one sort of reminds me of the television show Charmed years ago, and how some of the characters were very, very different. I wonder if they, these sort of images are connected in any way. As I said before in other videos, always go with what you feel is right for you at this moment in time. If you're looking for a card pack, always look at what you're drawn to. For me, that's my indicator that it's the correct pack of cards for me. That's a good one. Weavers. It's gorgeous. Now, as I said before, I was going to talk about the cardstock. The cardstock is really quite solid. It's quite thick. Let me see how they shuffle, because that's the true indication of how they'll go for me. And it's just about, shuffling the way that works best for you. As long as they're shuffled, because it's about intent as well. As long as they're shuffled, you cleanse them, and we'll see how we go. Oh yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. They're fairly thick, but not impossible to shuffle. Not impossible. And that's a true indication for me. I actually prefer ones that are not glossy. I don't know why, I just do. I think for me, shuffling them are better, and they don't stick like the glossy ones do. I find the glossy ones can be sticky. So I'll give it another couple of shuffles, and then we'll pick 3 cards for this triquetra and see what comes out. I like the cards. I do like them. I feel like they feel comfortable in their hand. They're not huge. They're probably the size of, see my little Lenormand here are pocket cards. So if you put them up against those, you'll see that's the pocket. So you'll see the size of them. So they're probably a little bit thicker than the Rider-Waite, slightly bigger, but they're fine. I have no problem. I mean, some cards are quite a little bit bigger, I find these probably the best size, although I love the pocket. I've really drawn to the pocket ones because I feel like they're so easy to use. All right, one more shuffle and we'll go. Perfect. Let's pick 3 cards, please, for our triquetra read. And you can pick them either way, which I'll do right now. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's have a look at what they say. So the triquetra read is, hang on, I'll go back to there. That's the triquetra. Card 1 represents the past. So what issue do you have? So let's have a look. Standing stone, ancestors, sacred gateways. So it says standing stones, ancestors, gateways, and sacred. So let's have a look what that says in relation to this issue. 34 is here. Standing stones are found at many locations all over the world. Many theories abound at what their uses were, and many agree that there are sacred places where one can make contact with the ancestors. All those that have gone before us have gone back to the earth, taking with them all the lessons learned and becoming a group of collective energy. Standing stones are seated within the earth and above the ground, many containing quartz, which is often to be an amplifier of energies and also one to help with two-way communication with the spirit world. Standing stones may be dolmens or gateways, and some are burial tombs. Regardless of what shape they take on, the energy suggests their sacredness and gateway to other dimensions. In the journeying, I have come across spirals carved in the stones, and if I place my hand on them, I am transported to a different location. They are definitely portals of some type and hold incredible energy. On drawing this card, you are beckoned to contact the elders or ancestors, guidance from those that hold the knowledge you not have yet to come understand yourself. They may be living or past. They may be your direct lineage or from the group collective. It means a time for seeking knowledge to help you with making a decision or working on an issue that really has you chasing your tail. When we find ourselves on a merry-go-round that we can't seem to find a way off, it usually requires a different perspective and outside guidance. Find a place in nature where you will not be disturbed. Place your hand on the ground or hold a stone in your hand. Ask for the wisdom of the ancestors to help you through what you need to be addressed. Ask for their guidance or help with looking at something from a different angle, or help you grow in some way. Remember that one day you will be an elder as you draw to your life lessons that make you wise. You can also travel to sacred standing stone sites around the world, either physically or spiritually. Meditation or journeying where you take your spirit or consciousness to the site can yield incredible results. You are not limited by your physical body. You can travel to these places at any time and bathe in their healing energies and talk to the spirits that reside there. So that's fairly clear to me. Looking for answers for the issue that you might be dealing with, or issues that you might be dealing with. Look to an elder, someone in your family, older if possible, but also in spirit. You can meditate and you can ask for the advice that you need. You can also hold the stone, sit somewhere in nature and hold the stone and ask directly to your guides, to one of your past ancestors, to get the guidance that you need. That's very, very amazing. It's absolutely amazing that card came up. Okay, the second one of the cards is, what is the obstacle? Sacred waters. Deep healing, emotions, and pilgrimage. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Deep healing, emotions, and pilgrimage. Sacred waters. The sacred waters that run below Glastonbury Tor are the centre of many spiritual and emotional pilgrimages. The nature springs have run for centuries and cross one another under the hill of the Tor, where it is said the fairy kings reside in this hall. Wells were known to be Celts as gateways to the spirit world, and therefore have become places of spiritual pilgrimages. The chalice well in Glastonbury is red due to the iron oxide it carries. Here you can visit the well and the beautiful gardens, which is said to have amazing healing and spiritual properties. Close to the chalice well, down a little laneway, is an old Victorian well house that can be found in the White Spring. This was so named due to the white calcite stains that the water leaves behind. The calcite constantly blocked the pipes of the pump house, so as it was soon abandoned. Now it is a site which plays host to pagan shrines and visitors, and welcomed to bathe in the cold water or collect water to take home. Water has long been associated with emotions, flow, or movement. Are you feeling emotional, or are you needing to let your emotions go? Either way, the Sacred Waters card is asking you to seek out water for your healing, whether it means going to the beach, finding a creek, or even buying a small water fountain to have in your space when you can connect to the water elementals. Ask for their healing. Ask them to show you how to let go and become in flow. Another aspect of this card is the need to do a pilgrimage of some sort. Is there a place you have yearned to visit but not understood why? Has it felt like an impossibility to travel where you need to go? A spiritual pilgrimage does not necessarily mean you need to physically travel there. You can visit any location you like with meditation or shamanic journeying. You might like to record a meditation that guides you where you want to go. You might like to visit the Chalice Well, the White Spring, or Glastonbury Tor in your journey. Create a mood board with the imagery of the place you want to go and set up a shrine to it. The limits are endless. You see, our spirit is not confined to our body. We can send our consciousness to anywhere we would like to go. The more we practice, the easier it becomes. This card is asking you to step out of your comfort zone and take a journey to where you haven't been to receive a deep healing that is necessary for you at this time. So is this a journey for you to heal something from the past? Letting it go. What is blocking you to move forward, to make your pilgrimage? Think about it. I love the idea making a vision board. I think that's a really, really good idea. And that's all about manifestation too. When you feel like you need to do something, you create, you work on it with your asking for guidance and what you need, and you create it to happen in your life. Be realistic and also be specific about what you want in your life. That's a really good card, and it matches with the first one. It's very, very good. Asking for guidance. What is blocking you? What do you need to know? What do you need to heal to move forward? Letting go of something to make the pilgrimage that you need in spirit or in person. Have a think about it. What is it that you need to do? And these cards will be individual for each person here listening, because we all are on different journeys. Your spiritual journey will be different to someone else's spiritual journey. So you need to adjust it to what situations you have going on in your life. The last card is, let's have a look. The last card is, I'm sure it's the outcome, yes. Let's have a look. Okay. The White Stag. Shape-shifting, support, other world. What does that say? Let's find the stag and we'll get the answer, the outcome. Okay, here we go. The white stag has been a Celtic symbol to indicate that the other world is near. I came across the white stag during a shamanic journey. I also saw a man with horns in his head running in the background, but at that time I couldn't work out if it was actually the one being. The white stag and the horned man are often seen together, and thus I have included him in as the next card. My journey with the white stag was precious to me. He saw the suffering I was enduring in my life in the physical world. He saw that I was weary and had a heavy heart. He nuzzled into me and I hugged him around his neck. In that moment, I felt so supported and nurtured. He asked me to get on his back and explained that he would be the support that I needed at this time from the exhaustion of the physical world. The feeling I got from this encounter was one of shape-shifting. We were one and the same, morphing from one to the other, but also coexisting at the same time. The white stag represents the strength of the masculine to help aid the feminine. The stag sees through the veils of the world, straight into our soul. It understands us because it sees us as we truly are. It is here to offer us a safe haven and give us the strength to carry on as it carries us where we need to go while we rest. By drawing this card, the white stag, this card offers us the wisdom that we are all pushing ourselves too hard and need to share the load. It is time to ask for help and allow yourself to be supported. Take time out and allow yourself to rest and receive help. By learning your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual limits, we learn to not only take better care of ourselves, but this creates a sustainable pace when we resume our work. It is easy to get caught up in the stresses of the physical world. We are humans after all. There are many issues around the world that stress us, frustrate us, and make us feel helpless, with no sight of something better in the future. When we feel this overwhelm, it is time to unplug. Unplug from social media and the constant bombardment of ads, messages, information which causes this, etc. It becomes hard for the brain to process such an amount of information at once and thus overwhelm us. By unplugging from all of these sources, it doesn't mean you don't care what's going on in the world. It means that you don't care enough for your own mental well-being. To take a break and come back when you are recharged, it is vitally important to discern what you take in. And that's very true, because at the moment, I don't know, where you are in the world, but there's a lot going on in the world which is quite negative. What I've learned to do, especially when the news is on, and my husband loves to watch the news, so I just chill out. I just let it go all over my head. When certain people come on or certain things come on which I guess really overwhelm, let it go over your head. On social media, get off social media as much as you can. Have your favourite little things, but don't get involved in dialogue where there's bitching and there's other stuff going on. Stay away. Unplug all that from your life. Stay true to yourself and stay focused on your journey, not other people's. You can't control other people's lives. You can't control what they do in their lives and the dreadful things that's going on in the world. It is important to stay focused on your journey. Stay hopeful. Stay with the messages that you're getting from your life. This little reading here today has been very clear to me about working on what you need to do. What are the issues that you need to get help with? Getting advice from someone else. Being able to move forward. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to heal in your own life? To make your pilgrimage, whether it be via doing a meditation, do some research on what meditations that would suit you, that would work with what you're going through, or what pilgrimages you want to make. And finally, unplug from all the negative energy that's out there and work on what's right for you in your world. That's what you can control. nothing else you can control. And you don't need to have an opinion about everything. What you need to do is focus on your energy, your life, the love that you want in your life. The negative stuff does not need to be there. So untune everything that you don't need to see. If you don't need to have the news on, turn it off. Put music on. Look at something else. You know, anything that makes you feel like you're in control of your life, because you are. But that's all you can control. That's all I can control. But I know what I see in my life, I do not need to see any negative energy. We can't change what's going on. All we can do is have hope in our lives for a better world. And that starts with you. That starts with me. It starts with all of us doing the best for ourselves that we can in a good, honest way that does not hurt other people. It's about community. It's about working together to make a better world. And that only starts in your own world, your own life, your own immediate family, your friends and people around you in your community, your neighbours, if you can get on with your neighbours. All that positive energy will build and it will grow. And that's what we need. So, having said all that and done our triquetra reading, I love these cards. As I said, they're to the point. They're gentle, but they're to the point. If any part of that you didn't really get the answers that you needed, have a second pack available to you and ask a question with that. If you still don't get an answer for what you're feeling, put them away and then come back to it later. Because sometimes it's how we ask the question, but it's also sometimes that we're not meant to know at this point in time. I asked an open question about what we needed to know at this time, and they're the answers that I got, which pertains to every person that's watching this. So that's enough from me today. That was our Celtic Spirit Oracle cards, and I highly recommend them. Remember, I like you. I want you to be part of this. So like and subscribe. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.